Hello, it is Dan, Nocturne Knives. I just wanted to make a quick video here. It's late at night, so I want to run through this. I was just working on adding some stuff to my website. I will now be stocking some of these tubes of diamond stropping paste. So this is Venev branded diamond paste, and it comes in this neat little chapstick tube kind of thing. On my website, I'll have 0.5, 1, and then 5 micron. And these will be $6 for a tube like this to come with your strap. This will be good. It'll allow you to reload and reapply this to your strops as you need to. So I'll talk quickly about that. I'll talk quickly about how strops become loaded and what you need to do to fix that and when it happens. So as you use a strop, it will become loaded up with metal from whatever blade you're stropping with. So there's the abrasive compound on the strop, and that will abrade metal, and then that metal will get embedded into the strop, and you need to clean that off sometimes. So here is a 1 micron strop that I've used pretty heavily, and all this black that you see on here, that's metal, that's not compound. Here's what the bare compound looks like over on the edges here. And then you can see in the middle and on the sides here, all that's covered in black, that's metal that has been abraded by the compound, and it's now left on the strop. So when that starts to get real thick on the strop, it will cut less efficiently. The compound can't act as efficiently. And that will happen eventually. It takes a while, though. I've probably used this strop on I don't know, 10 blades, maybe 15 or 20, something like that. I've done a lot of stropping with this, and it's kept cutting quite well. It's getting to the point now where it needs to be reloaded, and that's actually a really easy process. You just take a rubber eraser and erase all the compound and stuff that's on here. You just rub it off, and you can see the old compound and metal. It's flaking up, and it's starting to expose some of the bare leather on here. So you'll do that all over your strop until almost all of the black is gone. So here you can see I've removed almost all of it. It'll still be impregnated in the leather somewhat, but as long as you can remove most of it, that's good. And this is kind of what we're going for. So you'll do that, and then to apply the compound is really simple, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you how to apply the compound on this little scrap piece of leather right here. So we'll use the 1 micron compound. It's in the tube. It has the twist on the bottom, so you turn that to make it come out more, and just kind of like chapstick. So super easy to apply. You'll just take it, and it rubs on really like a crayon. You can see there, it's rubbing on really easily, and all you'll do is get a nice even coat over the entire strop. And imagine I'm doing this on a full-size strop like this. I just want to show you the process on this little scrap piece of leather. So there, that's kind of what you're going for. It doesn't have to be perfectly even, but you want a fairly even coat over most of the strop. It should look something like that. And now what you'll do is take something that you can apply warm air with. This could be a heat gun. I have this heat gun here. I use this for making Kydex sheaths to help with some parts of the making Kydex sheaths. You could also use a hairdryer. So all you do, you can see here, it's kind of a little chalky, and it's sitting on the surface, and if you were to strop it right now, the compound would gather onto the blade, and it'll be really sticky on the edge, and it won't abrade very well. So what we need to do is melt this compound so it soaks into the leather. So I'm going to take my heat gun, turn it on, and I'm going to blow the hot air directly at this, and you can see as this heats up, the compound will start to melt and absorb. And I'll zoom in for this. So watch this compound, it'll heat up, it'll become kind of waxy and melty and liquidy, and then it'll absorb and dry and become a darker color. All right, and that's it. That's all you can see now. It's dried on. It's not sitting on the surface or looking waxy at all. And you'll know you did it right if it fully dries on and you don't see any clumpy bits on top. If you see it a gray or whatever color your compound happens to be, say it's this green 5 micron. If you see any green on here, that means you need to melt it more. Or if it dries and it makes kind of a waxy, powdery substance here, that means you didn't fully melt it and it did not absorb into the leather fully. So this is what it looks like when it's fully absorbed. And now this will abrade smoothly and it won't come off onto your blade. I'll show you real quick. Here's an example of strop. This is just a little test piece I did of a strop that has some use on it, but does not need to be refreshed yet. This, you can see there's some light black metal residue on this, but this is not, it's not thick or consistent. This does not need to be refreshed yet. You could do a lot more stropping with this, especially if you do different parts. But even this area, it does not need to be refreshed. When you see it getting thick like this up here, or thicker, like you can see on different parts of that, that's when you know it needs to be refreshed. This still can cut, and this still has a lot of life in it. So don't refresh at this point. You want to wait until it's much darker and a thicker layer of residue on top. All right, so that's it. That's our video. Real quick, got these compounds on my website now that can be ordered with the strop. Here's how to apply them, and you just do it when your strop starts loading up with metal and it starts abrading less quickly or polishing less well. I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and I will see you on the next one.